Indiana's original RFRA law is supposed to protect businesses from performing any transactions against their religious beliefs. Jeb Conrad from Bloomington's Chamber of Commerce says Bloomington didn't really understand the discriminatory interpretations of the law until it was passed.
And the brief, two-line description is give the rights for religious freedom to all Hoosiers, right? Well, Bloomington is notorious for that, being open community and welcoming, and therefore, why wouldn't you think that that's okay?
Conrad has worked in Kokomo and Indianapolis in economic development teams. He says he's never seen or heard of a business who felt they needed more religious protection.
Original legislation, when drafted, I don't think anybody really completely understood its need or its purpose.
Business owners like Deborah Corcoran had a similar reaction.
Can't believe this. Honestly, I really was shocked that they would even pull out a legislation like this.
Corcoran owns a flower shop in Bloomington and Martinsville. She says her business doesn't stand for the legislation, but thinks businesses still need some protections.
If we don't like to do something, we won't do it, period. That's just our stance on it. It doesn't have to do with religion or anything else. If we feel like it's going to hurt somebody, we won't do it.
She says her business has delivered bouquets for a gay wedding before, but there are some tough situations where she doesn't think a business should have to serve a customer if they feel uncomfortable.
One, for instance, if it was a florist that was asked, a black florist, if they were asked from the KKK to do their wedding flowers, would they, do them?
Now that Congress has made some amendments to the law, it lays out some anti-discrimination protections for those who identify in the LGBT community in some regions of Indiana. But one IU law expert says it still has unpredictable effects in the courtroom. Dan Conkle is a professor at the IU Moeller School of Law, and he says it's hard to foresee any long-term impact on state law. He says state law RFRAs are rarely litigated in court. Conkle says the amendments should ensure that same-sex couples are protected from discrimination. He gave some examples of cases where state RFRAs are typically invoked. For example, he cites the case Chosen 300 Ministries versus the City of Philadelphia from 2012. After city parks adopted a regulation preventing free food distribution to 3 or more people, Chosen 300 Ministries were forced to stop giving food to the homeless as part of their ministry. The church won relief from that rule with the help of their state RFRA, touting their right to religious ministry. That's just one example of how the law can be interpreted in a wide range of situations. Jeb Conrad says Indiana's come a long way economically and hopes this state PR nightmare doesn't take that away.
I just hope it doesn't hurt some of the great strides that have been made in the economic development realm for the state, because Indiana fares very, very well when competing for new business locations and that come with jobs and investment, because of some of the things that have been done at the state level on the corporate income tax and some other things, and to throw a weight around your foot with this and then have to swim back the top might be challenging.
In Bloomington, Molly Jurasek, Hoosier News Source.